What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wasn't actually gonna make a video, but they actually dropped so much information today that I'm gonna make a slightly later video than I normally do. Welcome to the channel. Today, Call of Duty has actually talked about the matchmaking system. Yeah, cue the drum roll, cue the gas music and the GIFs and everything. Not gonna lie, this was a complete shock to wake up to this morning because Call of Duty is not known for talking about this, right? We recently had that Reddit AMA where Sledgehammer Games basically dodged and weaved every single SBMM question and answered like pretty much everything else. But they dodged and weaved like everything yesterday. And so it was crazy to wake up this morning. Woke up a little late, admittedly, and they released a whole statement. They released like 2 paragraphs. It was a lot of stuff. Apparently, a lot of other people like in the community went to Sledgehammer Games studio like a past week or so, and they talked about it with them, and they dropped the whole thing. So honestly, very good news. Before I get into exactly what they said, just want to say, like, for everyone who's saying like, oh, why are you making the same SBMM video? Why is this guy making an SBMM video? This is why, guys. This is why. Okay, when everybody in the community, when people make a big fuss, guess what? People are eventually going to crack, right? The higher ups, the developers, the studio, they're eventually going to get sick of it. They're eventually going to be like, hey, guess what? The community is actually bothered by this. Maybe we should at least talk about it a little bit. And granted, they didn't talk about this a whole lot. There's not a lot of details that they talked about, but the important thing, the big takeaway from this, in my opinion, is that Sledgehammer Games, or I guess Activision, Call of Duty, whoever you want to say, they have talked about it. They have actually addressed it, right? We've seen like Bungie developers talk about this. We've seen ex-Halo employees talk about this. Not sure why the Call of Duty team took so long to talk about this, because we've been bitching about SBMM for the longest time, and finally, we have some information. So if you're interested in the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment in the comment section. Are you impressed? Are you happy with it? Obviously, we want to hear a little bit more. I'm going to read it off to you after this, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, and let's get into it. All right, the Call of Duty team says, and I'll put it on screen, we know there's a lot of interest in the matchmaking experience, especially around how skill contributes to how lobbies and matches are put together. You got that right. Nothing is more important to us than the experience players have with the game, and matchmaking is a big part of that. We've been working on our matchmaking system for well over 10 years, and we continue to spend a ton of time and energy on improving the matchmaking process. This involves people working at our Call of Duty studios, our back-end services at Demonware, and other groups like our Player Insights team. That is a very interesting team here, Player Insights. I would like to talk to the Player Insights team, see what they're working on, see what let's see what kind of job they're doing. They go on to say, it's a large effort that we've worked on for many years, and our approach combines latency, search time, and skill, along with many other factors to try to find the best match experience for you. Let's read that again. It's a large effort that we've worked on for many years, and our approach combines latency, search time, and skill, along with many other factors. Very curious if that's about the if that's an order or not, right? Because a lot of people don't think so. I think a lot of people think it's flipped, and they start with skill, then search time, and then latency. But anyway, talking about this topic in detail can be hard, and we haven't spent the time to pull together all of our work to share with you our insights and improvements over the many years. Interesting improvements. Okay, we're looking forward to doing that in the coming weeks after Season 1 launches. So it looks like they will be talking about SBM again, and we'll also make it a part of our ongoing discussions with the community. That is crazy. Like I said before, nothing crazy. They didn't say like, oh, this is exactly how we're matching people up. They didn't say that, but they're talking about it. That is the key, okay? We need to keep, for lack of a better term, bitching about skill-based matchmaking in videos, in YouTube comments, on Reddit posts, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever else people use. We have to keep talking about this. We have to keep tweeting them about this. We have to make a bigger and bigger deal about this. If skill-based matchmaking wasn't as talked about as it was, do you really think Call of Duty is going to talk about this, right? Just stop and think about it. Do you really think they're going to release this statement? Do you really think, if like the whole Reddit AMA, like 2 people talked about SBM instead of like the 20,000 that did, you really think we're going to get these answers, right? No, we're not. And, it's fallen on deaf ears in the past like 4 years, right? I think people have technically been complaining about SBMM for like the longest time, but I think it really started back in Modern Warfare 2019, where I think a big portion of the community kind of banded together and was like, yeah, we got to talk about this. We got to like, this is something that like is concerning, right? And they didn't talk about it for 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And now that we're at the very tail end of 2023, boom, now we're talking about it. It just goes to show, you know, maybe they talked about lobby disbanding, right? I don't know if it's just the player metrics are falling off or they're just scared of competition, but it's about time, Call of Duty. It's about damn time that y'all talking about this, that you're making efforts to relay stuff to the community, that the community doesn't have to feel manipulated. You know, what is all this like AI bot stuff? What's skill-based damage, skill-based footsteps? So many conspiracies out in the world. Obviously, not all of them Call of Duty needs to address like right away. But this one, this big boogeyman of skill-based matchmaking and the whole matchmaking system, like what the hell is demonware, right? Like, oh my God, it's, yeah, it's a little messy here, but I'm glad that they're talking about this. They don't give a firm date, but they say that they are going to talk about this again in the coming weeks after season 1 launches. I'm going to make an entire video. I was thinking about making an entire video today as well, but I'm not going to do 2 videos in a day. I'll post, and I'm going to record after this, but I'm going to post a season 1 update and stuff like that. We got some interesting stuff, dude. The Groot skin is getting nerfed, a lot of stuff. We got new streaks in season 1, obviously new maps. That new streaks was unexpected, but yeah, dude, it's looking tough this year, dude. This year is looking pretty dang good. I can't believe it, but like Sledgehammer Games is literally addressing every single issue at this point. Lobby disbanding, red dots, dead silence, now skill-based matchmaking, good maps, in-season content, new streaks, new modes, right? Like they're literally addressing probably every like concern, every complaint you could possibly think of. I'm trying to think. Maybe the armory unlock system, but like again, in like a month or so, if you watch my videos, in a month or so of playing, you're gonna have everything. So like that's not even gonna be concerned like a month. I'm genuinely trying to think what's wrong with this game that they haven't talked about, because in my opinion, I feel like skill-based matchmaking was the last thing. And that doesn't mean they're gonna change it. That doesn't mean like, oh, just because you're like coming out with it, it doesn't mean, you know, you're gonna change it and it's gonna be all of a sudden looser or anything like that. There's a chance, right? As soon as they drop, you know, all the topics in detail, all the information in detail for how they find the best match experience for players, there's a good chance that they could, you know, kind of talk about it or tweak it even, you know, like maybe there's an experimental playlist where they turn it completely off and they just let you know that would be wild, right? People would be getting stomped, but people would be destroying people as well. I think maybe a lot of people would come back to the game, right? Your Mark of J's, your Chris Smoothes, you know, like these old heads that have quit a long time ago. Maybe they come back if they hear that there's a no SBMM mode. Because if you think about it, like players like Mark of J, once skill-based matchmaking was like fully in tune, fully came out, whatever, like 2019 or something like that, there's no point in them playing that game, right? It is just constant sweat. It is just constant running around, getting shot, getting bunny hop, getting jump shotted, snaked. So many annoying players. And you know, if you're that good of a player, right? That dude is good. That dude is not like sit up top and camp for a high KD. That guy is running around, use movement, use good guns, use streaks, know how to play well. He's like a smart COD player, right? He knows how to traverse the map. He knows when to switch weapons, when to reload, all that stuff. Maybe he builds his deck out so it's like maybe he builds his class out so it's very, I don't know, very good. Yeah, man, I'm surprised. I'm so shocked at how in detail, yet not in detail, Call of Duty talked about this matchmaking process. The fact that they're going to talk about this is crazy. I think this is good. We gotta support them for this. We gotta support them for this. Okay, we cannot make hate videos on Call of Duty taking too long to talk about SBM. No, dude, don't do that. Don't do this nonsense anymore. Okay, we're finally getting what we want. Push them, but be positive about it. Okay, don't say they're dickheads for not talking about this until now. No, don't do that, guys. Just be quiet. Keep asking for it, I guess, rather, but don't bitch about it at this point, okay? Don't complain, don't call them goofy, none of that stuff, okay? Just be civil. They're seeing this stuff. The fact that they're talking about skill-based matchmaking now means that they're seeing our comments, they're seeing our videos, and if we're overly aggressive or overly pushy, They might just push back. They might just not tell us what we want. And until they tell us what we want, we should be as cordial as possible. But yeah, man, that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, new video coming out tomorrow on everything about season 1. Gonna give my thoughts and everything like that. If I put it in this video, it would literally be like a 30-minute video. So I don't want to do that. Tomorrow's video is going to be pretty long as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Appreciate it, guys, so much. Leave a comment in the comment section what you think about skill-based matchmaking. Do you think Activision Call of Duty is really going to talk about it? Do you think they're really going to go in depth with it? Yeah, just let me know in the comment section. And with all that being said, appreciate you all so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, and peace.